my name is XP50, and I'm going to be doing a review of the XP50 rank 14 American Heavy Fighter. I will be discussing this plane's weaknesses and strengths, and how to use it to the extent where you can get the most lines you can out of it. Just take off. This is Historical Battle of Korea, I believe. That's the name of it. Let's start with talking about this plane. In arcade battles. Okay, in arcade battles, this plane is decent. It has an okay turn time, and it's got a modest armament with 250 cals and 220 millimeters, but there isn't. I mean, I would compare the amount of 20 millimeter ammo to that of a Zero. You don't have a lot, and you're going to need to save that amount for when you're really close to the target. So it's okay in arcade battles, I guess. You're gonna be against jets, so that gets kind of annoying after a while. Okay, on historical battles, where I recommend you use this plane. It has an amazing climb rate, close to 40 meters a second. And that's up with where the Vampire's climb rate is. That's a jet. It's just a twin prop plane. So immediately when I'm entering historical battle, you're going to want to climb between 5,000 and 6,000 meters, which is actually where this plane performs the best with speed. You're going to want to get to this height. As you can see, the climb angle is ridiculous. I'm not losing hardly any speed. And you're going to want to continue climbing for a while. It's like on our team we have one B-17 Mustang, a bunch of Spitfires, Typhoon, and Corsair. Let's see, looks like, there's a lot of TU-2s and probably a year in there somewhere. Yeah, looks like 1 year and a bunch of TU-2s. We're going to want to go for the fighters, because with my experiences with the TU-2s, they have very accurate 20 millimeter cannons in the rear, and in the front actually. So they're probably going to be bombing at low altitudes. So we're going to look for the fighters, because they will be, as funny as that sounds, they will be easier to take down. Actually, that's not funny for most people in the War Thunder community. They know that Russian bombers basically perform as fighters do. Okay, so we're getting close to about 5,000 meters. We're going to level off at that altitude. And this plane is, as I said, rank 14, the American Tech Tree premium plane. I think 2,200 gold eagles is the price. I bought it when it was on sale for 1,100 during the summer week. And for what it does, I think it performs pretty well in historical battles. It does have a bit of an issue when you try to outturn other fighters, because they will most likely be able to outturn you, and you're kind of a big target with its twin engines and a large airframe. And as I said, low ammunition for the 20 millimeters. So you're going to want to use that sparingly. I'm gonna just, looks like we have an ally sail. Just gonna go for that. Let's make sure we're above it before we attack it, so we have maximum surprise ability to attack it. Looks like he seems to be moving away, or he's diving, one of the two. Let's get into this patch of clouds. I start my dive on top of him. Oh, looks like he's turning inside of me. Should cut the engines a little bit so we don't get too fast. Okay, I don't think he sees us. Should put combat flaps down and dive on him. This is the only way we're going to want to attack. Oh, no, he sees me. Let's turn it inside. Might have enough altitude to get some shots off at him. Oh, he's on fire. And we got a kill. Okay, we're going to want to get out of here now as fast as we can, because I just saw a couple more enemy fighters coming. Okay, defense for this plane. Dive. When in doubt, dive, dive, dive. Because in a dive, this plane is fast. Really fast. Just make sure I'm not running them. LA7. Kind of. Oh, thank you, friendly. He was actually catching up to me, but stay away from this tube, so. I'm going about 770. Yeah, going after the LA7 may be a target. And I think we've escaped. TU2 seems to be going opposite direction. Okay, now that we're moderately safe, we're going to want to climb back up again. Okay, the shooting down of that LA7 was basically the highlight of that battle. I think I got across the point I was trying to make with how you should fly it. Using the dive technique is very effective when you're able to get really high altitude over the other fighters. It's got an amazing climb. XP50 has an amazing climb rate of 37.1 meters, and compared to the Vampire at 50 meters a second, is pretty decent for a propeller plane. I went after one of the TU2s and thought I was safe when I flew over it, but apparently their gunners have a very good vertical range, because when I was 1 kilometer away from him, he one-shotted me with his cannon turret, which reinforces the saying that you try to avoid Russian bombers at all costs, because they're basically like a porcupine. They've got guns at all sides. What I would suggest doing is attacking from one of the sides of the plane, because there's the least amount of cannons and machine guns there, but it's still a really dangerous plane. Even towards the front, it has 2 front 20mm cannons. This plane is on sale in the American Tech Tree for 2,200 Golden Eagles. I would recommend it for anyone who likes to use the Americans in historical battles. It is a fine aircraft with its climb rate, and I think you'll have fun in it, even with its modest armament. And arcade battles, I wouldn't recommend it so much, because it's kind of weak in arcade battles. It's strong in historical battles, though. So that has been my review of the XP50. Feel free to comment and like if you enjoyed the video. I will be doing reviews of more planes in War Thunder shortly. And see you next time.